We can do a lot of analysis inside the Google Analytics interface, but sometimes we want to pull the data out of the system, and it's happy to oblige. Data reports can also be exported to many different formats, so we can pull the data out in the format we need. First, we simply log into Google Analytics and navigate to the report we wish to share. Perhaps my goal is to improve my bounce rate, and I want to start generating a list of pages for my content writers to work on and revise. So maybe I'll go here to the Content tab and pull down the top landing pages report. Now in this case, I want to configure the report as I want it to be exported. So I set the date range that I want. I'm going to do segments, number of rows, all that stuff. First, I'm going to set it to compare to site. In terms of content, I'm interested in the bounce rate. So I want to change this down here to bounce rate. I can start to see some pages where the bounce rate isn't as good as perhaps it could be. I'm also interested in what the source is. I want to know where this traffic is coming to, which is the landing page, but I also want to know where it's coming from so I can get an idea of why it might be bouncing. Okay, and I've currently got it set to 50 rows, which should be about enough content to get started on. In this case, I'm ready to do my export. I simply come here to the top, click on Export, select PDF, and Google Analytics will generate a PDF of that page. Open this up, take a look. Okay, as you can see, it's a near exact copy of what I saw on the screen, but exported to PDF format. If we expand this a bit, we can see it tells us what our date range was. We can see this is a landing page report. We know that 45,000 visits entered the site through 2,800 pages, of which we're going to see the first 50. We can see which pages are here, as well as the source that they came from. And I can go ahead and deliver this report to the content writers without them having to know how to do the segmentation and customization of the reports as I just did. Okay, going back to the account, you can see that we also have other options besides the PDF. These can be useful when we're trying to pull the data in for other types of external analysis, especially if we're trying to do something with Excel or something that requires an XML or TSV format. For example, let's say maybe we want to do some keyword research on our long-tail keywords. We want to generate a list of keywords that has less than 25 visits. So let's head over to our keywords report under traffic sources, go to our advanced filter, and select a case where visits are less than 25. Now, since we're doing long tail research, we're going to want to get all of those keywords. Again, we have 6,000 here, which would take quite a while to download one by one. So we're going to go ahead and use our trick with the limit feature. Type in and ampersand limit equals, in this case, 10,000 should cover it. Click return. It's going to reload the page. At this point, I can go ahead and export. In our case, we'll export to CSV. Here we see all the data that made up the overview graph on the top, the data over time graph. And as I scroll down, I'm able to see the data table as well, where I have each of the keywords, the number of visits, and all of the other metrics that go along with that. Google Analytics can basically be broken down into two components: the back-end data collection and the analysis interface we log into. Exporting the data allows us to take advantage of that powerful data collection, but still retain the ability to use that data in alternative analysis tools, as well as share it with our coworkers via PDF.